Farzana Sheikh never thought she'd become the breadwinner of her family. At 39, living in a small alley of old Lucknow, her life had always followed a simple rhythm. She was a housewife, soft-spoken, devoted, and quietly content. Her husband, Imran, ran a small corner stationery shop. The earnings weren't much, but they got by. Their 2 daughters, Zara and Aliyah, were the center of her world. But one rainy evening changed everything. Imran met with an accident on his way home. He didn't survive. In the weeks that followed, Farzana was a ghost of herself. She sat in silence, staring at the empty chair he used to occupy at dinner. Calls from relatives trickled in, offering condolences, then suggestions, some kind, some unkind. People told her to be strong, to figure something out, but no one told her how. Her savings were almost gone. Her daughters still needed school uniforms, notebooks, food. And she, well, she needed hope. In the corner of their tiny room stood an old sewing machine. Dusty. Slightly rusted. It had once belonged to her mother, who used to stitch for neighbors in her youth. On a desperate afternoon, Farzana cleaned it up, found a spool of thread, and began. The first blouse she stitched took her 5 hours. It wasn't perfect. The second one was better. By the third, she dared to ask a neighbor if she'd like to try it on. It fit. That was the beginning. Word spread slowly. Her stitching was neat, her measurements precise, and her manner humble. Orders trickled in, sleeves to adjust, blouses to redesign, salwar kameez to stitch. She worked late into the night after sending her daughters to bed. Her hands ached, but her heart felt alive again. She didn't print flyers or create a website. She just put her name quietly into the world, one stitch at a time. Her daughters began helping her, cutting cloth, marking chalk lines, folding finished outfits. The living room turned into a tiny studio. During festivals, she barely slept. But for the first time, she bought her daughters ready-made dresses with money she'd earned herself. Years passed. Farzana didn't just survive, she rebuilt. She began teaching other widows and housewives how to sew. Not for money, but to give them something she once lacked, a way forward. She named her small boutique Zarian, meaning threads. Today, her daughters are in college. Her home smells of fabric softener, strong chai, and determination. And that same old sewing machine? It still sits in the corner, still humming quietly with every new beginning. Moral: sometimes, life unravels completely. But with strength, skill, and patience, you can stitch something even more beautiful from the pieces.